Tesla is no longer a startup. Tesla is no longer an up-and-coming company. It is really basically now one of the major manufacturers. And the reason I can say that is because of all the sales numbers that are coming out after Q3. And comparing to other manufacturers, Tesla is either outselling them or being very close. And mind you, they're only delivering Model 3s right now in North America. The production ramp up hasn't really happened all the way, so this is getting really big. Also, I want to talk about a comic book that's coming out today. Came out today about the Starman and sort of the adventures of the Falcon Heavy launch. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Also, EV Box and ChargePoint created an interesting partnership for European and North American customers. That's pretty cool. All of that, and of course, the comment of the day is coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 electric.
As usual, thank you to those of you who are watching me live on Patreon. That's one of the perks. And of course, I do an extra mile segment just for you guys, which is always great. Thank you for supporting the show. Patreon.com/E4Electric is where you can find me and support the show. And if this is your first time here, guys, welcome. If you are interested in staying up to date on everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, click on the subscribe button so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, let's talk about Tesla. And this is kind of big because, you know, the sales numbers are coming out, and Q3 has just been a giant quarter for them, even though they haven't exactly, you know, wowed everybody with their production numbers, but they are selling a ridiculous number of Model 3s, of course, that went on with Model S and Model X. That's a lot of cars. So now, as people are comparing numbers, a few reports coming out. Well, let me start with the one with that Atherton Research did, and Electric just kind of did an article about that. That's how I kind of find out. So apparently Tesla sold more cars in the United States than Mercedes-Benz in the United States. We're talking about passenger cars. We're not counting Mercedes-Benz like commercial cars. But nevertheless, if you just think about it, it's huge, right? In America. And again, Tesla's not selling it anywhere else right now, except, you know, America and Canada. Tesla is outselling a major luxury brand, and it's obviously going to get better because Tesla is still ramping up their production, still has a lot of customers waiting for their cars, and Mercedes-Benz, you know, they're kind of flat overall. So this is going to get really interesting. They're not outselling BMW yet, but it looks like they're also very close. But I think even bigger news is that on a global scale, they are outselling Jaguar. Period. And you know, Jaguar they're not the biggest brand, probably one of the smallest brands as far as major manufacturers, but this is a big milestone because Jaguar is selling all over the world. Tesla is mainly selling in the United States. That's where Model 3s are being sold, and Canada. And once again, Jaguar is not necessarily growing. Tesla definitely is, and so this is not, these guys are no longer like joking around. 154,000 sold Teslas, 136,000 of Jaguars so far this year, 2018. So we're not just talking about Q3, we're talking about overall this year. So, you know, Tesla is really on the map. And again, if it wasn't for all this, you know, Elon Musk news, if the world would concentrate on the actual news and the numbers that Tesla is producing, this is major. This is the news that I think everybody, you know, was waiting for many years, including Elon Musk. And if he would just get out of the way of this news, that we can really, you know, kind of pound this, you know, this point home where, you know, people will start turning heads and saying, wait, Tesla is like actually a major manufacturer. So anyway, just saying, pretty good numbers. Let's move on. And of course, before that, I want to talk about my sponsor of this channel and of this video, Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for these amazing Teslas. There's a description, there's a discount code in the description of this video, and you can get a discount code there so you can save yourselves a few bucks. All right, so let's move on to the next one, and this is kind of cool actually. This is a brand new comic book. Now, I'm not really a comic book fan, but I gotta tell you, this thing is done so freaking nicely. I mean, and so essentially what this is, and this is it's called The Adventures of Starman. By the way, I'm not getting paid to do this. I think it's pretty cool. You kind of reliving the history, the launch of the rocket, the Starman strip and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And you know, this is actually This is actually a friend of the show, Eli Burton. As you probably know, he also runs My Tesla Adventure here in Northern California. I've done a few stories with him because he does amazing events for Tesla fans and owners and stuff like that. So you can go, I'm going to put the link in the description. Adventuresofstarman.com is where you can buy it. Today's the first day. I'm pretty sure this is I know this is a limited run, so check it out. Let me know what you guys think, but I think this is a pretty cool project. All right, let me move on to another news, and this is a good one. This is interesting. So ChargePoint and EVBox. Now, ChargePoint is a charging network in the United States. Mainly, EVBox is the, and they're both makers of the charging stations as well. EVBox is mainly in Europe. Neither one of them are really big on fast charging, which I think is my problem with both of them. They've never kind of made that next step, even though I feel like they could. But they've decided to create this partnership where I think just the fact that it's created a partnership is the news. The benefits are all right, but here are the benefits. The benefits is that you now will have one app or one card that you can use with both networks. Now, before that, you could also do that, but you would get charged roaming fees, and you would have to have two different accounts to different cards. To different apps. Now it's just kind of almost like you're dealing with the same company. So if you you have a card, you can charge it at ChargePoint or EVBox, and you won't be charged a roaming fee. So the roaming fee, actually I had to look it up. Roaming fee is when you, let's say, have a ChargePoint card and you come to EVBox charging stations and they say, hey, we're partners and you can definitely charge here with that card, but we're going to charge you an extra fee just because we can, and because we kind of have to make a back deals and stuff like that, and extra fees that we have to pay. So in this case, you won't have to do it. As you know, there are a few similar deals that that were made. Audi actually has a sort of their own agreement with most of the charging networks in Europe, where you can just have a card. I've had it somewhere here, but I had just the Audi card where you can charge e-tron or whatever, any Audi card that takes a plug, really. So this is not the first one, but the fact that they're doing it, it's pretty cool. So I am happy about that. All right, so I should probably tell you guys that I will stream on YouTube, not just on Patreon. Actually, only on YouTube tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, because I'll be in LA for Vid Summit, which is kind of a big YouTuber conference, but I will still do it out of my hotel room if I have to. I'll try to find a little bit more of a scenic one, but I'll be at the mercy of Wi-Fi, of course. And then on Saturday, actually, I will be finally releasing the video of me moderating a panel with some major players at TechCrunch Disrupt. And as you can see now, the guy on the left, he is in charge of Alexa Auto. Then we got there's also VP of Byton and the CEO of Takeon, who used to be a CIO of Tesla. We're talking about user experience in cars and the future of it. As you can see at the Byton's booth, that they were the premium, the gold, whatever sponsor at the TechCrunch Disrupt. And look at me, I'm the moderator there. So I will release the entire video. So I feel like it's actually worth watching. These guys are some major power players there, and they had a lot of interesting stuff to say. These are the guys who are shaping the future of user experience in electric cars. So definitely check it out. And of course, I want to give a shout out to my new Patreon, Derek Peaver. Thank you so much for joining me. As you know, right here, I should really learn how to point and where. Patreon.com/E4Electric. You can watch me live. We will always talk as an extra segment that I do. It's called Extra Mile. It's always fun. So thank you for supporting the show and getting all the benefits. I really appreciate it. So let's move on to the comment of the day. And this one comes from Tony. And let me just launch it right here. And as we were talking about the Model 3 and features, and as we were talking about version 9 updates rolling out through Tesla Fleet, so Tony, whose last name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, Model 3 is better in technology than Model S or Model X, because Model 3 is new and has current software. So I feel... Well, the sales numbers don't show that, but I feel it's a problem. As a matter of fact, today earlier, my lease of my Tesla is going to be over in the next 3 weeks. As you guys know, I'm most likely going to be switching to Audi e-tron, but that's not until next summer. So and I was just gonna get another Tesla to release a new one, and I decided not to because I feel like you're right. Model 3 does have so many more features. It's now safer. It's got better software. It's got a lot of stuff that's better for, essentially almost half the price of what I'm getting out of Model S. Also, Model S has gone up in price for over $10,000 as far as a base model is concerned. And that's what I've always been comfortable with. I don't need the ridiculous torque. I don't need all the extra features that are amazing, but always kind of driven the regular Model S base, almost base, and now it's so much more expensive. So I wonder how long it's really going to last, and how, like people like me now, I'm saying, whoa, I got to pay more, but there's a car that costs almost half of it, has better features, is safer, and so forth. As you know, being the version 1, and even I guess if I was a version 2 AP owner, I would not get some features like the dash cam, probably one of the most anticipated features. So yeah, I'm starting to change my mind in terms of saying, Model 3 might just be a better car than the Model S. And then I wonder, why would I be getting a Model S then for almost double of the price? Let me know in the comment section if you guys have a different opinion about this. Mine's kind of evolving, as you know, right now, right? Before that I was like, hey, Model S is by far a better car than Model 3. There's no, but now I'm kind of changing my mind. So let me know. Let me what your thoughts are. I'm actually interested in maybe giving it a little bit more thought. And this is kind of a part of that I like about this community. You guys are actually shaping a lot of my opinion by giving me some interesting information, extra facts and stuff like that. So, all right, I am flying to Los Angeles in the next few hours. I will definitely have a great time. I will come back really recharged. It's a very inspirational event. So I will see you live on YouTube from my hotel room, most likely, unless I find a more scenic spot. And other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember to stay charged.